Minnesota Vikings find themselves in an interesting position to head into the offseason and the NFL draft, in that they have Brian O'Neill, one of the best up-and-coming right tackles in the league, as well as Ezra Cleveland, the 2020 second-round pick out of the Boise State University, who is used at right guard, but probably should be used at left tackle. Aha. But this could be one of the deepest offensive tackle drafts in NFL history, with potentially a dozen taken on day one, day two, and the guard class is pretty So the Vikings could and should be looking to freshen up the offensive line, but they may be stuck having to draft a tackle and keeping Ezra at guard. But you know, it is a good problem to have. It could be the inverse, where you have really good guards, you need tackles, and it's a draft full of great interior offensive linemen. Enter one Christian Darrisaw, left tackle from the Virginia Tech University. Go Hokies. A name that the Vikings should consider at 14. So let's talk about him today. Background, 6'5", 314, former three-star recruit from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Had a post-grad year at Fork Union Military Academy before joining up with the Hokies in 2018. And they just plopped him in at left tackle as a true freshman and just kept him there. He never looked back. 35 straight games on the blind side for the Hokies. And as a junior of the season, posted a 95.6 PFF grade, second best tackle in college football behind only Brady Christensen of BYU. And he only allowed 6 pressures, as well as 0 sacks, goose egg D'Angelo Russell, and only 1 penalty. Also posted a 94.5 PFF run blocking grade, which was best for tackles in 2020. Because dude gets after it, man. He absolutely does. Hokies ran for 2,658 yards rushing this season, and he will destroy. Like, he will fully pull a Michael Orr from the blind side, blocking dudes into the bleachers if you let him. He's a guy who gets after it. Also, he shined against big competition. So Duke's Chris Rumpf II is an edge rusher that will be taken on mid-rounds. Certainly has some potential there. But 0 sacks against Darrisaw in 3 meetings. He also stonewalled Jalen Phillips from Miami in 2020. He had 8 sacks this season for the Canes. Plus, the big name, Gregory Rousseau, the opt-out for 2020, but 2019 put up 15.5 sacks, allowed 0 pressures and 0 sacks when matched up against Darrisaw when they met in 2019. So, woo! Wow. Right? Pros, size, length, obviously are on point. Arm length is there. A very well-proportioned frame. Like, he looks good to go. Like, he looks like DeBrickashaw Ferguson with a little bit more weight on that ass. Movement skills. He's going to be an asset in the zone scheme. Certainly has a great feet. Certainly can get second level. Although he does have the power for man gap concepts as well. Also has great balance. Is never caught leaning or getting over his skis. And just, there's really a calm out there where he never panics, always is in control, and you like to see that. Anchor, I mean, frankly, his anchor is up there with Penny Sewell. Like, he is not going to be pushed around. He's not going to be bull rushed, and also is great at resetting after getting that first punch in. So it's good to see. Hands, both has a hand strength and hand technique is pretty refined heading to the NFL. Solid punch is going to disrupt the path of speed rushers. Strength, so upper body strength checks the boxes for sure, but the lower body is where he's going to make his money. Like, he plays, even though he's 6'5" and has the length, he's able to play low with great leverage, which helps him in pass sets, but which helps him in the run game for sure, as well as experienced 3-year starter in the Big Bad ACC, plus had a post-grad year out of high school, so he's basically like a senior coming into the draft. Cons, so I don't want to say that there's none, but it is hard to find a glaring hole in his game. You're basically just nitpicking because he is athletic. He's got great size. He's got great movement skills and balance. He's got a terrific anchor. He's a dog in the run game. Dude is going to block till the last gasp of the whistle. Medicals are in check. So, I don't know. He's only a left tackle. Like, can that be a negative? So if you do draft Darrisaw, you're probably just going to play him at left tackle. You're not going to kick him inside to guard for a year and play Ezra at left tackle. So, I mean, is that a negative? Probably not, but nah. And I do think it's weird that Darrisaw isn't getting more hype because left tackle is still one of the most premium positions, arguably the second most premium on the offense. And you have a guy in Darrisaw who checks all the boxes, doesn't have any real negatives to him. And you're like, oh, how come he isn't getting the hype of a Penny Sewell? How come he's not getting a love of Rashawn Slater? I really don't understand it. And for us, I do put him ahead of Rashawn Slater because even though I think Slater, I love his attitude, love him getting after it, but he doesn't have the length that Darrisaw, could potentially kick inside. That makes a lot more sense for his future career as opposed to Christian. So even though I'm very pro Ezra at left tackle, it would be hard to pass Darrisaw on 14. It would be. It's almost a safe pick, which, as weird as it sounds, the safe pick is the mid-round left tackle. Because, I mean, in a normal draft, yes, Penny Sewell's up here, but in a normal draft without a guy like Penny Sewell and potentially even a guy without Rashawn Slater, I mean, Darrisaw could and should be looked at as a top 5, top 10 pick, as the best left tackle in the draft. Teams are always looking for help on the blind side. It's confusing, and it could just be that the group think of NFL draft nicks or soda whatever on Darrisaw, and come draft time, again, since this could be the most random draft in NFL history due to the opt-outs, due to the no combine, due to all the mitigating factors, that Darrisaw just goes, I don't know, like top 8 pick, and then all of a sudden, oh, why is Darrisaw going so high? No, everyone else is just sleeping on him. So it is confusing to me. I think Christian Darrisaw could and should be receiving some top 10 adjacent type hype. But if he does fall to 14, I mean, the Vikings have been looking to fix the offensive line for years. And hey, circumstances change, man. I still want to move Ezra Cleveland left tackle, but you're not going to take a guard or interior offensive lineman at 14. And you have a guy in Christian Darrisaw who, I mean, don't want to say anything's a sure thing or a safe bet, but if you could wager on Darrisaw being a rock-solid NFL left tackle for the next 8, 10-plus seasons, I would absolutely take that bet. I would. So it is what it is, Ezra. Sorry, bro. Better add some size to that ass. Better get thick because you're going to be a guard for a while. Maybe we'll move you to left guard. Maybe that'll make life a little bit easier for you. But your thoughts. Christian Darrisaw, the pride of Virginia Tech, to the Vikings? Question mark. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.